Jake here for American Trucks, and today I'm taking a look at the Rocker Armor Sidestep bars in matte black, fitting 2019 and newer Ram 1500 crew cabs. Just a quick note before we dive in here, these are only going to fit crew cab trucks due to their length, so if you've got a quad cab or a regular cab or something other than that, you will have to look into other options. Now these sidesteps bring a cool, unique style to your Ram 1500, and they provide some additional protection and egress options too. And for an affordable price, these Rocker Armor steps bring you good looks and functionality, making them a great fit for pretty much any truck. Adding side steps can be an easy way to get more functionality out of your truck while also keeping it better protected and upping your style game. And these steps from Rocker Armor feature a square tube style setup and a more industrial aggressive style. Now these measure about 2 inches in overall width, so you've got a nice purchase here for you to access the cab, roof, or even the bed, and you've got integrated steps for where the doors are. And since they are one level pretty much the entire way back, you've got plenty of flexibility to use the entirety of this step. You paid for all of it, so you should be able to use all of it. And since they are also pretty open here in the center and on the ends, they aren't gonna hold onto dirt and moisture quite as much as something like a tubular step or one that sits a little more snug. Now these also don't drop down too far either, so you're not gonna sacrifice much ground clearance or ruin your brake over angle. But they also do provide some additional coverage for your rocker panels, so if you are out there hitting the trails, they're gonna give you a little additional protection. Construction here is all T6061 aluminum, and they feature this matte black coating over top, so you can be sure that they are very resistant to corrosion and rust. Now that aluminum material and open design makes them pretty lightweight for a sidestep too, so you aren't going to be adding too much weight to your truck. You might even find that you end up saving a few pounds depending on what you've got on there already. Pricing will come in around $400, making them one of the more affordable options in the category. So if you like this style and you fancy some additional functionality to go with it, these are going to be a great buy for you. So they get a 1 out of 3 on our difficulty meter, and they should take you about 2 hours to complete, maybe a little bit more if you've got to take side steps off of your truck first. Now this is a bolt-on install, so you don't have to modify anything on your truck, and all the hardware and bracketry you need comes right there in the box. So with that, let's head over to the install bay, and we'll show you how to get these mounted up.
Tools required for this install include a ratchet, a 13mm socket, and a 5mm Allen wrench. What's up guys? Today we're installing a set of running boards on our Ram, so let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is mount our brackets to the truck. Now we have 2-piece brackets for the front, center, and rear. So we'll mount up our first brackets using flat washers and locking nuts, and then our second bracket to our first bracket with flange nuts as well as Allen head bolts. Now our brackets are slightly different between the front, center, and rear, however they all install the same. So we have our 2-piece bracket that we'll put together. Then we'll take our Allen head bolt from the inside through our holes and put our flange nut on the other side. And then we'll do that same thing for our second hole. And then we can raise that up onto our studs and install our flat washer and lock nut. We'll do that same thing on our lower stud. And then we can straighten out our bracket and grab a 13mm socket to tighten down our 2 nuts. And then for our 2 Allen bolts, we'll get a 4mm Allen wrench and 13mm socket to tighten these down. And then we can repeat that same process for our center and front brackets. So now we're ready to mount our side step up onto our brackets. Now we have this U-shaped bracket that's gonna go into the slot between the 2 bars on the back side. We have 2 spacers, one will go on each side of the bar, and then we'll put that bolt through our bracket and put a flat washer, lock washer, and nut on the back side, and come back and tighten everything down with a 13mm socket. And now once we have all of our hardware installed, we can take our 13mm socket to tighten down our nut. And now you can do that same thing for our other two brackets and repeat the whole process on the other side. So that'll wrap up this review and install of the Rocker Armor side step bars in matte black for your 2019 and newer Ram 1500 crew cab. Thank you for watching, and for all things Ram, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.